Alright, so it's been a while since we've had one of these. It's been a long time since we've done a lawn mowing video. Um, since the last little vlog video actually wasn't even a lawn mowing one. It was just me talking and playing catch up on everything. Grass is super deep over here. I'm not cutting through this twice. We're just going through this once and we're gonna call it good. But so, as the title entails, I have 4 jobs. And it's very, very frustrating. It is very frustrating having 4 jobs. For those of you that don't know, I work full-time for Pizza Hut, and then I work part-time at Dollar General. I have my own shipping business that I do as a side gig that my parents started, and then I have the digital billboard stuff that I help Scott with. And man, does it get frustrating to deal with all that all at once, because especially this past couple weeks have been very stressful in like big orders, for like people ordering stuff for like from sports events or whatever, birthdays. Is a lot of big orders have been coming through, so that's been kind of stressful dealing with those like first thing in the morning. But also with some of the spring holidays like Mother's Day and Father's Day getting coming up, and work at a new menu item that had an issue that got straightened out, so it got delayed on its release by a week, but that's neither here nor there. No real issues with Dollar General. I only go there 1 day a week, and it's only for a couple hours, so there's nothing too stressful about that, thankfully. But good news, although it has caused a bit of a fuss, is that I finally got some of my product in for the online shipping business. So after waiting a whole fucking year to finally get it, I'm stuck. Oh, there we go. That was weird. Waiting a whole fucking year for me to finally get my cash cow as far as that's concerned. Due to political issues with like tariffs and whatnot. I'm not going to talk about that. We don't talk about politics here. We try to have fun. We don't need to talk about politics. But I finally got that stuff in after waiting a full year, and it has increased in price for me by about 35%, I think is what the number is. So now I've got to raise all my prices and figure up new prices for everything, because it's not just like 1 or 2 items that went up, it's my entire inventory has gone up. So that's going to be fun, and my supplier doesn't have all their numbers put together for their new catalog, so I still got to wait on that yet, but they do have like an online shop that I can use to get some of those numbers. But because of dealing with all my shit all at once, it does make it difficult to try to stream. It also makes it difficult to try to make time, not even just time, but energy even, to record and edit videos, because I don't have an editor. I do all this myself. So that's kind of makes everything just a little bit more annoying, right? It makes it just be a little more annoying than it needs to be. Just like this freaking tall grass. And on top of all that, this last week I had overtime because we had a couple people call in, and so I got approved by not the store manager but his boss, the area manager. I got approved for like 4 or 5 hours of overtime. So that was fun on my day off that I was supposed to have, because when you have all these different jobs, you only get 1 day off a week. However, my 1 day that I was supposed to have off this past Monday did not get to freaking happen. And I was very, very upset by it. Because normally, now that we have one of our leads out on maternity leave because they just had a baby, good for them. It's whatever. I got more hours at work. I got more manager hours. I was happy with that. But it's turned my work schedule to where I now get like Saturdays and Mondays off from the main job, but Saturdays are the days that I work at the secondary job, which the secondary job, being Dollar General, it only takes like 4 hours out of my day. It's not a big deal. I just go in first thing in the morning, I put away truck, then I get the rest of the day off. I get to do whatever the fuck I want, right? I get time to stream, I get time to edit, record, whatever I want to try to do. But when I have to do shit for Scott, that fucks up all of my plans, because he just bought 2 trailers for the billboard side of things, for more trailers to rent out to have billboards put on, but he bought them from Harbor Freight. I should have a picture somewhere on the screen of roughly what it's supposed to look like, because I didn't take any pictures of it while I was building it, because he bought 2 of them. I helped him put the one together, and then I just took the other one in its boxes, because it's like building freaking IKEA furniture. The difference between IKEA furniture and Harbor Freight furniture is not a whole lot. I probably would have had better luck building IKEA furniture than I did with these trailers, because the one that I helped him with took me about 10 hours, plus he already had it like partially started. The one that I did all by myself, with only help from my roommate for like an hour, 2 hours at tops, but the rest of it I did all myself, took me like 15 hours. Well, took me 14 hours. Then apparently I put the axle on wrong. I put it underneath the shock spring instead of above the shock spring. So Scott called me on hold on. So he called me to do that on Monday, after I had just dropped it off at his place after getting it finished on Saturday. Monday was when I had to work overtime. So Monday did not get to be my day off. Monday I had to go in to Pizza Hut first thing in the morning, work 4 or 5 hours, get home, and then because it's normally supposed to be my day off, I had to ship orders. I mean, I could have probably asked my roommate to do it, but he already does it like mostly throughout the week, since I have to be at work in the mornings anyway and can't be home during post office hours. So I went ahead and shipped on Monday, which there was like 20 orders for the day, which is about average for Monday. Only took a couple hours to do, but then immediately then turning into, oh, now I got to drive 30 minutes over to Scott's to go spend an hour fixing the axle and then get the rest of my day off. But I didn't even get my fucking day off, because by the time I even get home, it is already like 8 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock at night, something like that. And so like I get like a little bit of time, but at that point I'm already physically exhausted, emotionally exhausted, and I'm just so freaking drained that I just want to sleep. And that's actually what I probably ended up doing. I don't even remember what happened after I got home. I'm pretty sure I slept for like 12 hours. So, and because of like all this shit between all 4 modes of income, if that's what you want to call it, I have not had the energy, the time, or the mental capacity to even attempt streaming for the last like 2 weeks. Which is why like you guys have probably noticed here on YouTube that I haven't been able to upload for a few days. I was doing like I did a couple videos like right out the gate when Mouse PI like first came out, doing a couple a day just to, like get those out the door. And then I was trying to do like one upload a day for Mouse PI, which I've really been enjoying that game. I've been loving that game so freaking much. It has been such a fun game to play, but I've been trying to like keep the chapters like spaced out the best I can, which like each chapter for the most part, I say chapter, like part of the story, each level has been about like an hour for it. So I've been very happy with the pacing for that. And so like maybe some of the editing has been kind of like relaxed, but I try to make a couple funny edits whenever I find something in there, but at least it's something that's going out the door, I guess, as far as that goes. Which apparently a lot of you guys have been enjoying that. And I'm glad that you guys have been enjoying that. I've been seeing that on the statistics that there's been quite a few people that's actually like been picking it up. Probably just using it to look and see like either how I played or if they're looking for like secrets or like how to find stuff, which is all I have no problem. It's all out there because like I've been trying to find as many secrets as I can too, while playing a blind for the first time. So speaking of that, I have not finished it yet. There is still, I think I got like 3 videos to go out after this goes out, because it's like 1 in the morning when I'm recording this. I'm going to try to get this out first thing for Sunday morning as soon as I can. So everything's kind of rushed a little bit, so as soon as we can get this yard cleaned up, that'll probably be where we cut this off. So I still got quite a bit. I still got like over half this yet to do, so we got time. But I also do have like a little cheat sheet note of like stuff that I want to talk about in front of me in case if I forgot of anything important. But getting not too far sidetracked, talking about the Mouse PI and playing that, I know I'm getting close to finishing it, and I'm hoping now that things have kind of like started to calm down a little bit with work, I'll actually be able to stream a couple days this week and get that finished up, but also be able to turn around and play that a second time on the hard mode, because we're just playing it on the regular difficulty. I want to try playing it on the hard mode, and while playing it on the hard mode, I want to do a giveaway. So for those of you that are able to make it for it, pretty much every new follower, like I'm not going to do anything. I've tried doing giveaways in the past and I've put like stuff behind it, but this is just going to be for all the new followers we get on Twitch. It's just going to add to it, and because I have no way to track any other metric as far as like for Kick or for YouTube goes, it's just all just kind of a blank number, so I don't really have a way to track that for you guys, unfortunately. But for anyone who like follows on Twitch, I can at least track that a little bit, because it's follow, and then there's a little redemption thing that I put in there. For every time I upload stream, you can do like 1 redemption coin or whatever it is, that'll I can use as part of the metrics to keep track of it. But part of the giveaway is, I want to try to do this at the same time. I showed this on stream before. I'll show it again here. Is Jack Pepper. There. I don't know how well the green screen's gonna fuck this up, but there he is. Yeah, the light's in the way. But yeah, I got 2 of them. I got 1 for myself, and I got 1 to do for the giveaway. And the giveaway does come with the plastic Funko protector along with it. So if you guys want to be a part of that, you can, because that's what I'm going to be focusing on streaming as much as possible over the next couple weeks, trying to get not only the game blind through done, but also doing the giveaway playthrough on hard mode as well. That's going to be the plan for a little bit. I will not upload any videos of me doing the hard mode, because that's, from what I've been understanding, not much really changes other than like some of the spawn rates for enemies are a little higher, and the health drops are a little bit lower. If there's any other changes to it, I have no idea. I think that's really the only big difference as far as that goes. Maybe some sort of damage multiplier, but it'll still be okay regardless. I did talk about in the last update where I kind of like explained why I was busy doing stuff and wasn't around for a whole lot, is because I was doing the remodel project where I did all that and kind of showcased everything from the construction to the final images of like the new theater wall, the bathroom being done, the living room being rearranged, and everything just looking a lot cleaner and nicer. I've still been very happy with how that's turned out. And the only thing that I didn't get done on that whole list of stuff to do back then, back in March, was the pantry, and I still don't have it done. Just because like everything with the billboards and work, I just haven't made the appropriate amount of time to dedicate towards it. However, I did put some time towards it today, earlier. Here is where it's currently standing. I got a picture of it on my phone, so there should be it somewhere on the screen right now. But basically, it's 100 inches tall. It is 2 feet by 4 feet exactly, more or less. At least that was the plan, was for it to be 2 feet by 4 feet for the entire outside. And what I'm going to do is I have it split up into 3 sections. And each section is a little different. So like the bottom section is going to be meant obviously for like big storage, like I don't know, like trash bags or whatever. And I'm thinking of putting a sliding drawer down there, but I haven't really decided on if I am going to do that yet or not. The middle section has actually changed up a little bit. The original plan was just to like have it open with like maybe a couple shelves, and that has now changed into having 3 drawers on one side and then the 1 shelf on the other, which that's going to be used more for like perishable foods like boxed goods and canned goods. Maybe a pack of water or something, I don't know. And then the top is going to be used mostly for the little small section on the top. Is going to be used for like casserole dishes, like glassware, baking pans. And then the rest of it will be used for Tupperware. And I might still put like another shelf up there, but for right now I'll just leave it open as it is, in case if I change my mind on what I want to do for that. But for right now, that is kind of the plan, is to have it open for those usages. There we go. And I plan on adding some lights in there. I'll have those like set up on a light switch. That I kind of ran into some issues trying to figure out the electrical for it a little bit. Not necessarily for the pantry itself, but from the pantry to where I'm going to tie the electric in. And I have to go back to the drawing board on it because of what materials I need to buy versus what I should buy for it, because of how the dishwasher setup is. Because for those of you that know nothing about electric, you shouldn't do this, but I have an extension cord made with 2 male plugs, and for those of you that do know how to use one, Is it to code? No. Does it work? Yes. Is it going to cause a fire hazard? It shouldn't. Shouldn't is a strong word. Because, like, the one end does get, like, a little loose from weight. So that's, like, my biggest issue is because of the plugs, like, being weight, the weight of the wire, like, pulling on the one end. But the other end seems to be completely fine. And so me trying to figure out how I want to redo the wiring, where like maybe it comes through the ceiling or something, I'm like concerned about gravity pulling those plugs out and those losing their connection, and versus doing a hard wire up above the ceiling and then just still having the plug down below and trying to run the wire that way. But also dealing with the water line and trying to make sure that it's like not going to actually cause a fire. So I've kind of run into a couple snags with that I just gotta go back to the drawing board on. Because if I can like run it through the ceiling down and it not cause any issues for the most part, then I can at least have part of my kitchen not be like sectioned off because of a water line or an electric line as my jumper cable. And I don't know, it's not perfect. It will never be perfect. It's meant to be a temporary setup because the dishwashing station, although is not permanently fixed, but is permanently stationary for the time being, it is meant to be like fully like taken apart and moved around if needed, because it is on wheels. It's just a matter that the lines are temporary lines used with like I said, with the double male outlet extension plugs that I crafted, and a piece of PEX pipe that has 2 hose bib connections on both ends that tied to their respective outlets. Is it a monstrosity? Would some people throw up at it? I would hope not, but they would laugh at me. They would definitely laugh, but I would say if it looks stupid and it works, it ain't stupid. Especially when I put in enough time and effort to make sure that it ain't gonna fucking cause me any problems. And so far, it has yet to do so. Like, we've had it for a year. We've had it for a year with no issues. So, I say a year with no issues is a good year. Yeah, so I've got that to work on. But the outside of it is going to be encased with some decorative paneling. I'm probably going to use the same stuff that I used for the inside of the bathroom, just so it kind of matches up a little bit. And then I have not talked about it, so I'll actually talk about it here, because I did mention it, I believe. Did I get stuck again? How the fuck? Okay. I think I mentioned it in the last vlog video, is that I have a bit of a story. By this point, it's kind of slipped my mind a little bit, so it won't be as exciting as it was when it was fresh in my mind. But for this pantry, I needed the doors. And because this pantry is 100 inches tall, I needed some custom doors. So I did some digging. I was looking for like some sort of cabinet doors that I could get and kind of work with with my length that I was looking for, right? So I'm looking, and I'm like, oh, okay, I found some doors that work. And they were on sale. They were on sale. They were on clearance. They were discontinued. These doors, when they were in stock and available, were $200+ I was trying to think of the exact number, but I can't remember. But it was over $200. Right. It was over $200 for each door slab, and I bought 6 door slabs. the door slabs, 4 of them are 24 inches by 30 inches, and then 2 of them are the 24 inches by 40 inches. So I've got 4 that are 30 and 2 that are 40. And I was like, I really need these if I want to do this project. And I'm going to try to figure out the door system a little bit to where like the doors in the center can open either on their own or together with the bottom and top, or however, using like magnetic tabs is how I'm gonna try to get it to work. I have it written down somewhere, but I don't remember exactly how I fully plan to feasibly do that. But I remember it required magnets. Ugh. But I'm getting off track. But I looked on Menards' site, and they're like, it's discontinued, low inventory. So I called 5 different stores to make sure I had someone physically check if they had each set of door panels in stock. Right? Made sure that each set was in stock and in good condition. Like, not broken, not chipped. Like, if it's got like a couple scratches in it, it's fine. It's not a big deal. The color of them are like a stone gray color, so it would get hidden pretty well in the first place. If they still have the listing somewhere, I'll have a picture of it. I think I even still have the picture saved in my phone too. But here's if I have it, here's a picture of it. If I don't, then I'll say that I couldn't find it. But so those were the panels that I picked up. And like I said, I called 5 different stores, had them all check, and they had, every store that I called had them physically checked and inspected. And I was like, all right, I will be there tomorrow. I told every single one of them I would be there the next day, because that next day was my day off. It was my day off. And so the farthest store was up north near Rockford, Illinois. So that was like a 5 to 5.5 hour drive one way. And I had 4 other stores before I hit Rockford. So I left at like 5 in the morning. I ran on like 3 hours of sleep. And I went store to store. And I picked up every single panel that I needed. I drove for 2 hours, went into a Menards, grabbed what I needed, got out. Drove for 2 hours, grabbed what I needed, got out. Drove for an hour, got what I needed, got out. Drove for an hour and a half, got what I needed, got out. Right? Hit all of them. I didn't even stop for food on the... Well, I think I might have grabbed breakfast on the way up. I don't remember that part for sure. But I think I didn't. I think I just went straight up, just carried some like drinks and snacks with me from home. Right? So I do that. I'm picking up each panel. It's like going as smooth as can be. It's just like in and out. Like I said, I'm on the road. I'm in, I'm out. 15 minutes. Probably less than that. Probably more like 5. Because it's just the trip of walking to the back of the store and then back up to the front and walking out with it and loading it up in the car. Because my roommates were so generous enough to let me borrow the Prius. So I got to take their Prius up instead of my my F-150, which their Prius gets way better gas mileage than my truck does. And while I was up north, I stopped and ate at at Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks is kind of like how Hooters is. I had never eaten there before. Food was okay. It was all right. but the trip back was probably the most painful experience of the whole journey, because on the way up, at least after like a couple hours of driving, I'm getting out, I'm moving around, I'm walking, and then I'm getting back in and then I'm driving again. But after I grabbed that last set of panels, I drove for an hour and a half, got food, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go all the way. And I drove for 4 hours straight without a break and got home. My original goal for picking up the panels was like, leave at 5, get home, like have them all picked up by like 1 in the afternoon and be home by like 8 o'clock, right? That was my original goal. And I exceeded those expectations severely. Immaculately. I met those expectations. I left at 5 in the morning. I had all of my panels by 12:30. And I was home by like 7:15. Was it a long day? Yes. But that's not even the best part of the whole day. I haven't even told you what I even spent on these panels. I said that these originally ran for about $200 plus per panel for each of them. So that's like maybe $1,500 after taxes, right? Depending. Yeah, probably maybe not that high, but probably about $1,400 if I had paid full price for them. But because these were on clearance, they were being discontinued. They were $12. I think it was like $13 after taxes. $13 for the 30-inch ones and $20 for the 40-inch ones. I bought all 6 panels, had a like $30 meal with a $10 tip, and put $40 in gas. Like I filled up twice with $20. I put $40 in gas into the Prius and spent less than what one of those panels would have cost me. I think the grand total came out to like $185 or $195, somewhere in that ballpark range is what I ended up spending for 2 tanks of gas, the food, the tip, and all my panels. It was the greatest accomplishment that I've had all year so far, aside from obviously getting the actual like shower and stuff built. That's probably been the best accomplishment all year. But up until actually having that shower built, that was the best accomplishment I had all year. And that was done in like February, I believe, is when I picked those up. So I was such a very, very happy boy for being able to do that. It was truly amazing. Because like I said, not only did I get everything for less than the price of one, but I also met my nose is being itchy now. Met my expectations on my time frame as well. So that was very fun and very exciting. Trying to think if there was anything else that I wanted to talk about. I did talk about the Funko PI mouse for hire, but I also have collected a lot more Funkos. So I think I might not have shown it. I don't know. I've got some wire shelving that takes up let's see, if you count what I have cut down to size, because of the door frame, I believe I have currently sitting at about 50 feet of linear shelf space filled with Funkos right now. And I currently have a box sitting outside my room with like another 30. I need to put up another shelf. I need to go buy another 12-foot shelf to hang up and put my Funkos on the wall. And I just haven't done it yet. I spent about $500 for 31 Funkos recently, about 3 weeks ago, just because I had some extra spending money, and there was like 7 of them on sale at a discounted rate by like 30% off or something. So I got a few of them at a discounted rate. Some of them I paid full price for. I got them through the actual like Funko's website instead of like buying from like multiple vendors like I normally would. And I got some really, really cool ones. And actually not one of the ones that I bought off of the website, but one that I actually picked up while I was at GameStop the other day. Was the Emperor from Baldur's Gate 3. He had just released like a couple days prior, and he was sitting at GameStop, and I just happened to snatch him up real quick. He was hiding in the back, and so I thought that was pretty cool that I collected the Emperor. Actually, I got him sitting right. Yeah. I don't know. Should I do like a video of just like a Funko showcase where I not necessarily like pull all of them out, but like, I don't know, like show off everything that I have allocated, I guess. Because right now, I believe the app says I have 263 figurines in total. I think that's the number it said last I looked. And some of the numbers are skewed on what it says that they're valued at, because I feel like people are just like trying to price hike and scalp. Because the estimated evaluation is through what's trending price-wise on eBay. And so it says that my current inventory of them is valued at like, I want to say in the ballpark range of $6,000. $7,000. And I know it's not worth that much. It's probably worth about $1,500 or $2,000 less than what it's being estimated as, because there's a couple of them that are genuinely not worth a damn, but it says that the trending value is like $800 on eBay, and I know that's not the case. I know that's a bold-faced lie and someone's just trying to scam for some extra cash. But if they are valued that much, for whatever reason, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, a couple of them do make sense, but like there's a couple that are like completely out there that make absolutely no sense. One of them is like an evil clown that isn't worth $5, in my personal opinion. But it's one of those that says that it's trending at 500, and it shouldn't be. But yeah, maybe I would do a video of that, just like showcase all of what I have, get a couple of them out, just like get like closer, better pictures of, maybe. I don't know, would you guys like that? Would you guys actually want to see that type of video? It would only just be like a one-off, maybe a two-parter if it ends up being super long. I don't know. Just because like I said, there is a lot of them. I don't even know how I would even go about doing that type of video. I guess I would just like pull like a handful of them out. And maybe it would give me an excuse to like rearrange and reorganize them. because they've been moved around and shifted and tried to be resorted so much that I cannot keep them in track anymore, and they're just kind of like all over the place. But I do want to have like a specific shelf set for all my One Piece specific Funkos, because I know that is my my main centerpiece, is that I have a lot of One Piece Funko Pops. So, and a couple of them I have duplicates on because they're meant to be either a giveaway or to sell off. Because the one is Gear 5 Luffy with a t-shirt, and the two t-shirt sizes, because they didn't have matching ones, they just had two different sizes. There's a like 2XL and a 1XL, and the Gear 5 Luffy has like the purple pearlescent shine to it, which is really cool. I like it a lot, and so I've kept those because the one I planned on selling, I guess, at some point to whoever would want it, and then the other one I would just keep for myself. I'm not too picky on whatever size I would keep for myself, because I would fit into either one just fine, since I do normally wear like a 1XL just for the length. But I think I would probably still keep the 1XL and sell the 2X to whoever wanted it. I don't know, but if someone really wanted the 1XL, I would have no problem having the 2XL for myself. But most of my Funkos are like never been opened anyway. I used to be real big on like every time I would get a new one, I would like open it up at least once very meticulously, just to not damage the box, and then just to like get the feel and touch for it, of the material and the quality of it, and then I would just put it back in the box and then just let it sit on the shelf. But I haven't done that in so long, I feel like it would almost be weird to do so. And I did have a coworker actually give me a couple of his that he didn't want anymore, and one of them he didn't have the box for, but the other two he did. And apparently the two of the three that he gave me that were still in their boxes are like trending at like $50, which is kind of crazy, because they're also ones that I wouldn't like think too much on. I could see like them trending for like 15 or 20 bucks, but like for 50, I don't know. To each their own, I guess. Different strokes for different folks and all that, but it is definitely an interesting market item, I guess. I do plan on doing more of these lawn mowing videos, just because like this is something fun to do. Like, we're gonna keep doing these for a good while. And Lawn Mowing Sim 2 hasn't launched yet, so as soon as that happens, we'll probably switch from this one to that one, maybe, just because it's supposed to have more interesting stuff. But if it's too expensive, if it's like $70 for Lawn Mowing Sim 2, I'll just stick with this one. But if it's like $40 or something, or if it goes on sale, heavily on sale, I'll probably get it then. But more than likely, we'll be on this for a good chunk still. And then next month I should have final pictures for the pantry, so that can be all done. And I'm going to hopefully have the pool table moved into the living room like it should be. And I don't want to say that. I can't promise that. I'm hoping I can have time for projects that I want to do. I'll put it that way. I'm hoping I'll have time for projects I want to do, and hopefully I can get my credit cards paid off after doing the remodel, because although I had help from my grandma who had passed away, I don't think I talked about that actually, since we're getting ready to finish this up. My grandma had passed away back in December, and I feel like maybe I have talked about this, but I don't recall. She had passed away back in December, and she had an inheritance for me, my sister, and the 3 other grandkids that were from my mom's side of the family. And so we each ended up getting a respectable like $5,500 from her trust life insurance policy. Is what it was. It was a life insurance policy that got paid out. And so I was able to use that money for the remodel. And even though I had all that to go towards the remodel, I still had my credit cards maxed out. I don't know what happened. Somehow I ended up spending more than the $5,500. Like, I think part of it is just because like I bought 2 roll-off dumpsters, and I splurged a little extra on food, a little too heavily maybe, at the end. But it's almost paid off. I think at the rate that I'm going at, my credit card should be paid off by August or September, one or the other. And then we can have money towards more fun projects and stuff. It's 97%. I think that's going to be good enough, honestly. Actually, you know what? We will. I mean, it won't take that long, I guess, to go around these trees a little better. But yeah, thanks to Granny Graphics, I was able to get a nice bathroom done. It was, you never did get to see the house, but she did get to help give me a bathroom. So you should all thank Granny Graphics in the comments down below for helping her grandbaby be able to have a shower again after 3 years. Actually, it's been more than that. It was probably like 4 years. But there we go. Look at a nice, clean, beautiful lawn. But that has been everything for this little lawn mowing vlog, guys. That's been everything for this, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think about the idea of doing the Funko video is. Keep an eye out for live streams that are going on for the Jack Pepper Funko Pop giveaway. There'll be more Mouse PI coming out this week, but as always, try to have a better day than yesterday, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.